So we're now into the strength section for our second trimester, and I've got some help with me here. I brought in Helen. So this is Helen. How you doing, Helen? You all right? And she's in her second trimester, so she's going to be in exactly the same position as you. So we're going to advance our exercises a little bit from the first trimester because you'll already have been doing some of them for a while. But very importantly, we're going to adjust things because of this belly that we've all now got, okay? So we're going to really focus in on our posture. So we're going to start with the balance work as you did before, but because of the increased size of your belly, it's really important that we don't allow this back to overarch. And you can probably see that in Helen here, that as the tummy starts to get bigger, our backs tends to curve a little bit more here. So a natural position for our backs is actually with our belly slightly lifted. So if you lift your tummy for me a little bit and without leaning back, okay, just drop your tailbone, think of that's it, perfect. Can you see the difference now in Helen's back? Just by lifting the belly slightly, dropping the tailbone, it puts us into what we call a more neutral position with the spine, which is where you want to be. So now, holding that position, you've now got to work harder in your balance work because you've got to really concentrate on not letting that back overarch. So holding that position, take your hands onto your hips, feel your hip bone, try and keep them nice and level. Take a breath, inhale. As you exhale, peel your right foot off the floor and hold and balance. Give me those little foot circles. While going a couple of times one way, a couple of times the other way. And then place the foot back down and change legs. So just peel one foot off the floor and lift the other one, holding through your stomach muscles as you do this, making sure you're trying to lift your body up, not lean over to one side, holding your balance. Now keep that going. Try that again for me, Helen, to change the legs. So I don't know about you, Helen, but I have found that my balance has definitely gone in my second trimester. So you need to really focus on this. And our balance does go. I don't know if you've noticed it as well. You keep bumping into things and feeling like you're going to topple over. Your center of gravity changes in this trimester. So this exercise is really important for keeping those core muscles strong. Change legs again. And trying to hold that center of gravity and try to hold those muscles in nice and tight without letting that back overarch. Okay, so now we're going to advance the exercise, and we did this one before. So you're just going to take the leg up, do your little foot circle again, and now place the leg behind and lift your tummy and squeeze your buttocks behind you. Now it's really tempting to let the back go here, and you mustn't let that happen. Lift the belly, squeeze your bottom. Here's the next advancement. You're going to lift your arm right up. So this is going to make it harder. You've got to stay balanced, keep lifting the belly, try not to let that back arch, so just pull your tummy a little bit more and squeeze your bottom. Careful of the back as you do that, and then place the foot back down. That's it, and change legs. So we'll do it on the other side again, lifting the foot back up off the floor, rotating the ankle around, a couple of times one way, a couple of times the other way. Take the foot back behind, lift your tummy, now extend the arm up. Try not to lift your rib cage, Helen, so just drop and relax it good, and keep lifting and squeezing through your buttocks. Try not to let that back arch, so remember, squeeze the bottom, lift the belly, don't let the lower back arch. Keep lifting, keep lifting, keep lifting, and then release and place the foot back down. Okay. Now we can go straight into our lunges from here, but you've done that before, so now we're going to go into our lunges with a bit of a difference. So I'm going to grab a bit of resistance now. So Helen, if you'd like to turn in. So we're going to work with bands this time. So we're going to do the lunges as you've done before, but make it a little bit harder this time, a little bit more challenging. And obviously this is more challenging on your balance now because of your center of gravity changing. So we need to really focus on those core muscles. So Helen's going to go into a lunge position. I want you to put a band into your right hand, have your left leg forward and your right leg behind. Now remember, with our lunges, you need to lift the back heel off the ground. So lifting that heel up, lifting your tummy muscles in. And I also want you to think about keeping your wrists nice and straight. So just turn your arm that way. That's it. Okay, and now Helen's going to go into a lunges, but look at the difference. This arm is going to come forwards as you pull back. So there you go, perfect. And lift back up again and lower down. Now you don't have to use a band. You can work this exercise without, but look at the upper body coordination. This is an important part of this exercise. Keep pulling your tummy muscles back towards your spine. To anchor your band, you can just fix it around a door handle or something like a table leg, something that isn't going to move, so you can anchor it about your hip height. So we're aiming for at least 8 of these movements. You can take it all the way up to 12. making sure your shoulders stay down, you keep pulling your tummy muscles in, and very importantly, make sure that this front knee here doesn't go over your toe as you lunge down. Changing legs now onto the other side. That's good. So opposite leg forward to the arm and side that you're working. Make sure you keep your wrists nice and straight. Don't let your wrists bend. Keep them nice and straight. And then again, lower down and lift back up. That's good. How you feeling? All right? Yeah? So keep drawing the shoulder blades back and down. Keep pulling your tummy muscles in as you lunge down. Holding that lunge position. I'm going to do a few lunges as well, and if you can see here that my legs are in a slightly wider position, which is fine too. You may find that a little bit more difficult. The important thing is that as you're doing this, you're making sure that the front knee doesn't go over your toes. So keep your knee back as you do this all the time. It's good, and rest it there. Okay, so we're going to move on to our next exercise that we've also done before, but again with some advancements. So we're going to grab a cushion for the knees. That's it. And take a hold of the band. So if you start off in a position you're in the first trimester with your bottom just sitting back on your heels, start to do your rowing action. We were thinking about putting the tummy muscles in, and you can see now how important this is in your second trimester, because you can see Helen's belly drawing back towards her spine, but we can make this a little bit more challenging now. So you can come up onto a higher kneeling position, and again pull back, pulling your belly button back. Keep your shoulders down away from your neck as you're doing this. Keep pulling your tummy muscles in. Try to keep your spine nice and still as you do this. Try not to sit back on your heels, but you can feel how much harder this is, can't you, Helen? So as you're doing this, keep pulling your belly in. Take a look at your tummy. So Helen, have a look at your tummy. Make sure as you're pulling back, your tummy muscles are drawing back in towards you. Really important you don't allow the belly to bulge as you do this. Keep pulling the stomach muscles in. It's good. And rest it there. Well done.